What's going on, guys? Hurricane here. Today we will be spectating Shadow Death A. They're in a Jagdpanzer KA2, battle rating 8.7, rank 7. Their team consists of USA, Germany, Sweden, and Israel. The enemy team has Russia, Great Britain, China, Italy, and France. And they're playing domination in cargo port. Now, these videos are to help you guys out by providing a hindsight point of view. Hopefully, this shows you what works and what doesn't work. Shadow Death, pushing forward. Not going towards any cap, but going towards a specific line right here, which goes across through a majority of the map. AMX-30 is over on the other side, and he's already has his laser rangefinder set right there. That way he can come up and just start shooting anybody that comes across right there. Now, these are usually for people who are flanking from the enemy team. They'll usually come out through this little in between Bravo and Charlie. It's kind of like halfway through the map. But you do have to be careful, of course, just because of the shipping containers that are near over here. They can easily see up and above if they're paying attention, of course. But it looks like somebody else did get that AMX-30, so it looks like he's going ahead and deciding to push forward and see if he's able to get anybody else. It looks like nobody has gone over to the Charlie cap. A couple of players from the enemy team are kind of pushing forward over to the Charlie cap, but it doesn't look like anybody's actually on it. And his team only has one guy that's behind a building on the far right, and then he does have a couple of teammates on right behind him. Usually, a lot of people with this map like to go Alpha and Bravo. Charlie is kind of like a secondary thing, I think. It's usually Alpha Bravo that's just because they're a little bit more clustered. Specifically Bravo, just because it's right in the middle, and you don't have to worry about crossing the street. But with Alpha, you do have to be careful because once you if you don't take Alpha, it is a little bit more difficult to get just because you do have to cross that street to get across, and it is sometimes if the enemy team is sniping, you can get hit very easily. But looks like the enemy team has started capping Charlie, and now he's looking to hopefully flank over here and see if he's able to get anybody from this angle. AMX-30 right there, which is another one that he does see that he did ping. Good on him. Unfortunately for him, he is hitting cargo boxes that are right in front of us, in front of him, or cargo containers. It looks like the AMX-30 is aware of him. He is kind of looking for him or waiting for him. There it is. He's kind of shooting, basically essentially indicating, hey, I know you're there, and I'm not going to let you pass by or get in front of me or kind of get a flank around. But it looks like the AMX-30 has reversed kind of behind this thing. He does have to pay attention to him. I do like the fact that he is kind of looking through that line of sight right there, just because he doesn't want to be hit by somebody else while he's also paying attention to the AMX-30. And that's what he's kind of got to be aware of, is he knows what the AMX-30 is, and now he is kind of setting down right here to see if he can essentially bait the AMX to come out. But it doesn't seem like, I mean, the AMX is kind of holding back a little bit. Shadow Death is right here. It does look like he dropped artillery earlier. He's probably waiting for the artillery to get dropped or to reload, that we can get fully drop that artillery. But it looks like somebody did ping him from the enemy team. He goes ahead, turns around, takes a shot. Beautiful on him on a T-55 and gets that kill. And with this fast reload, it's a 4-second reload. He's not really too worried about that. I mean, the only thing that he would have been worried about is if AMX came out a little bit faster, but it's a 4-second reload. It does look like he is going to be pushing this AMX, but it again does have to be careful though, and especially with his barrel, he doesn't want it to be coming out. It looks like he is baiting him with the track. Hopefully, he's able to take that shot. AMX misses the track completely, but he gets the kill. It looks like he has some 20 millimeter rounds on the top of his head because he was easily able to take out Shadow Death with that one. And Shadow Death is out of the game. Unfortunate for you guys, unfortunate for me, because I mean, how do you immediately quit after that? That's just rage. That's just rage quitting. But alas, let's go on to somebody else. Hopefully, somebody else is doing better. Let's go to a PlayStation player, DKM Sabrizo. I'm not going to say the whole thing. I don't know. I'm just going to say DKM. This is his information. Definitely a German main. And they're in a PZH 2000. Now, it does look like he is repairing at this time. It looks like a majority of his tank is essentially in disarray. Unfortunately for him, though, AMX30 right here is behind him. It looks like he turned off his engine. This is some really good repairs, honestly. Gepard right there, and I think that's what the AMX30 is kind of waiting on, or actually shooting at somebody else. But it looks like, yeah, AMX is shooting at somebody else. Gepard is right there. Now, DKM is repairing, and it does sound like he turned off his engine. That way that he is able to repair. Nope, his engine's on. You can see that white smoke on the top left of his tank. You can see the white smoke right there. That's indicating that his engine is still on. But I do like the fact that he kind of got out of the way and into a position where he is able to repair himself. Gepard also in need of repairs. Now, the PZH, it does look like he is down 3 crew members at this time, but that's all right for him. He does have a couple. He does have a lot of fuse sensitive rounds that I'm seeing. 4 regular rounds, 15 fuse sensitive rounds. Um, BMP2 right there that he has to be aware of. Takes a shot, beautiful, knocks him out before he's able to get that missile all the way to him. So it was a slow launching missile. Beautiful, wonderful for him, but he does have to be careful with this AMX50 that's coming up on this other side. Now, his team has capped Alpha Bravo and Charlie. It's great for him, but they do have to be careful because it does seem like a lot of their teammates have left the match. It is unfortunate. And it's one thing you do also have to be aware of is what round is coming up on, what round is next essentially for you to shoot. And it does look like his few sensitive rounds are up right now on the bottom. So he does have to be aware of that. Hopefully he is. But I'm glad that he is kind of paying attention to this guy behind him, the Object 906. But it, again, does have to be looking around as well. And he kind of is. He's doing it as I'm saying it, so that's good. I'm glad for him. But again, he does it. They do have to be careful. They are kind of having to be in a defensive posture. There's a 906, beautiful. It is a light tank, so wonderful for him. Fast reloads. Germans and their fast reloads. It's insanity. But he is able to defend the Charlie Cap from the enemy team. Good for him. However, he does have a couple enemy players from the enemy team that are coming up. T55 takes a shot, takes out his track, prevents him from moving forward. Now, just has to be able to take him out. Gepard comes in and finishes off the T55. And then now it looks like DKM is probably going to push forward into the Bravo side of it and hopefully prevent some more players. Gepard, his teammate, did die right now, and the enemy team has an O of 40 right here. Now he has to be careful, and he has to knock down this fence line. Otherwise, when he shoots, it's not going to get. Uh oh, it kind of worked out for him. It worked out for him to be able to shoot through the fence line. Does have to be careful though. Wouldn't cross that right now. Unfortunate, but he is pinged by the enemy team. He is holding the enemy from um getting the Charlie cap, and this is good. This is like defensive postures you have to be aware of and start to get into a defensive posture the moment you start realizing the majority of your team is leaving and the enemy team is pushing forward, and that's essentially what he's doing right now. He's taking a defensive posture. He's not worried about the OF40 about killing him at this time. BMP2, I should worry about. There's that missile. Terrible. Oh, what is he hitting the tree that's in front of him? That was like 2, 3 shots that he could have gotten with the BMP, where there was something in the way that, unfortunate for him, did take it out. And I think it was because of the fuse sensitive delay rounds that he had that it blew. Actually, I don't think it was any that it hit anything. I think that it was the fuse sensitive hit something before it hit the BMP, and that's what hindered him for this fight. Unfortunate. I did like the fact that he did go in a defensive posture. I'm glad for that, but it's defensive posture would be good if you stay in the fight. He immediately got out, just like the other guy, as soon as he died. However, Alexio817 coming back in a Gepard. Pausing right here while we show his information. German, British, and U.S. Beautiful. He's got a chieftain in front of him. He is solely defending the Bravo cap, trying to figure out the best place to shoot the chieftain right here. It does look like he is damaged. Oh, was able to get the repair, so now he's going to be able to get the side shot of the chieftain. That's right here in front of him. Good for him. Takes that guy out. Does need to take out the R3. Hopefully, there it is. M16 coming in and helping him out with taking out the R3. Now he's maybe able to decap the Bravo cap. BMPs over there on the right side are what started to take out the Charlie cap and then recapped it. So he is pinged by the enemy team. Alexio is pinged by the enemy team, but he is right now on the Bravo cap. It does look like the enemy team has also lost a lot of players. So again, that's something to be aware about. Unfortunate for him though, Alexio, his team is losing the Alpha cap. Now he needs to cap this to prevent his team from losing too many points. And that way that they kind of hold on. There's a plane up in the air. Hopefully he's able to get a beat on him. Does not shoot, does not decide to shoot at all. But it looks like he's officially capped Bravo. The enemy team has Charlie officially, and they're right now getting the Alpha cap. Now, do you take a defensive Sturm right there? So he's not seeing that Sturm yet. So you can see that white smoke though. That's something you have to be aware of. Right there, right here. This is what his view of it looks like, but this is what you have to pay attention about. Pay attention to. Black smoke indicates black and red indicates a dead tank. White smoke, an alive tank. Let's see if he's able to see him, if not, or at least hear him. And that's unfortunate. The Sturm, he had clear line of shots on him, and what could have taken him out if he saw that smoke or kind of just zoomed in. Unfortunate for Alexio, he was not able to be aware of him and got taken out by him. Not many players on either team. Alexio does come back in an ME 262A1A. He's got 2 caps, 6 kills, 3 deaths. What's going on, guys? Hurricane here. Just wanted to take a quick break from the video. I appreciate you guys subscribing and watching these videos, liking and commenting as well. My goal is to improve the video quality from 1080p to all the way to 4K. I want to be able to justify getting better equipment, so I am reaching 1,000 subscribers. If you guys are able to help me out with that, subscribing if you can, sharing it with your friends, and commenting and liking. All these videos are free. I don't charge for anything, and I don't charge for you able to spectate your video to post it on here and give you guys also some shout outs as well. So everything is appreciated, and back to the game. But it looks like I mean his team is holding out. They're definitely holding out, and I'm glad for them. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about people like actually staying in the fight. That's a big thing, is just staying in it. If you just are having the worst game possible and you die twice without doing anything, I get that. You don't really have a choice. But if you do stay in the fight and start to realize whether what you're doing is, or what posture should you take as an individual to help out your team, is whether a defensive or an offensive posture. Right there, SPA, that's your teammate, my friend. That's an 836. And he's looking for the BTR. It's kind of gliding above it. I think he's gonna be up. He's gonna do MiG-15 up in the air as well. Got to be aware of that. MiG-15 has some rockets. His team is losing Bravo. They have lost Charlie again, but they are taking now the Alpha cap, and now the Bravo is getting lost again. Undershoots on the MiG-15. I don't think he's gonna have the energy to be able to fight him. MiG-15 is behind him now. He goes up and around, up and goes vertical. MiG-15 Bish is going horizontal, and it looks like just don't think he's gonna have the energy to fight this MiG. This is gonna be a tough one. But he is turning around right now, hopefully to get behind the MiG. MiG-15 is coming about right now. He's gained some speed, going down up and away, or down and away now from him. So he looks like he's crushed. Beautiful. I count that as a kill. That is a kill right there for him, because he was able to stay up and alive. Hasn't officially been hit at yet, but he does have to start to look down to what he can do to be able to help out his team. SPA right there. That's that BTR that he has to be aware of. he has to be aware of and afraid of, because that thing is nasty when it comes to SPA. Do like the fact that he's kind of not, full sending it just to be able to take him out. But thankfully for him, his team is getting the Bravo cap right now. They officially have the Alpha cap now officially capped Bravo. Good for him. And he's kind of loitering up in the air to see what is his best option for to be able to take out. That SPA is definitely going to be a problem at any point that he just tries to come down on him. BTR is already shooting at him. He takes a couple shots at him, doesn't full on commit, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to full on commit, especially when going head on with an SPA. They're gonna be, you know, aiming right at you, and they're fully aware of you. So I do like the fact that he took a couple shots, hit the SPA a little bit, and is now looking to come back around. And there's another SPA that he's probably not aware of. ZSUs are absolutely dangerous, so he's got to be aware of that. But BTR, unfortunately for him, was able to get these shots as he came down into it. They're so far winning. I do like this. This is some good gameplay. Hopefully Alexios does come back, but it is some pretty good gameplay. He does come back, beautiful, in an M40A2GA2, and he's looking to push forward. Officially, he's got 2 caps, 6 kills. I count the airplane kills a kill for the MiG-15 Bish, and 4 deaths. Now, you have to make a decision as a team or as your individual, is do you hold on to the 2 caps and just take defensively on it? And that's kind of what they're doing right now, is it's kind of defensive over on the Alpha and Bravo, or do you say, let's go offensive and push over the Charlie cap? And this showed a lot of changes between the offensive and defensive. At first, of course, you're going to go offensive, and then you just kind of have to start realizing that you may have to go defensive for the rest of the match, or defensive until you're starting to get the upper hand, and then you can turn around and then go offensive again. But I love that gameplay. Shadow Death was doing wonderful. Not well. He was going offensive. It was you can kind of tell that he was a little bit trying to go offensive and doing a flank, but then he just left as soon as he died, which was unfortunate for us because we like to have people stay in the fight. It helps out our teammates, it helps yourself, and hopefully you get some more research points off of that. But good gameplay. It showed a lot of good offensive and defensive postures, and that's something that's going to be you have to start being aware of. Is should I full on push and be offensive as possible, even though my team is in the far back and we're losing everything, or do I help my team out with making sure that we hold on to the caps, or at least try to hold on to the caps as much as possible? Like and comment your tips and suggestions. Subscribe if you want to see more spectating videos. If you want me to spectate your video, send me your username and the session ID for the replay you want me to spectate. Otherwise, I will spectate a random video. Have a good one.